Well, for more on this, let's bring in Palestinian affairs analyst Osama Nazzal, who's in Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Osama, is this literally becoming one of the most dangerous times for the occupied West Bank? And why is Israel now targeting Ramallah?
Because that is the policy of the Israeli occupation government. It doesn't recognize the existence of the Palestinian Authority, and it is doing everything it can in order to undermine the political and the administrative as well as the economic capacity of the Palestinian Authority. We know that it has been withholding the Palestinian tax revenues for years and paralyzing the capacity of the Palestinian Authority to pay the salaries of the public sector employees as well as other development expenses. And now it is storming, of course, every day and night almost all of the Palestinian cities that are expected to be under the control and governance of the Palestinian Authority. What happened today is not different really from what's happening every day, except for the fact that they are storming Ramallah in the daylight. And Ramallah represents, as your reporter said, the political and administrative capital of the Palestinian Authority. And it is the seat of the Palestinian government and the Palestinian President Office. So Israel is telling the Palestinian Authority and all the world interested in the Palestinian issue that no organization, nobody, no government has control over the West Bank or any part of the Palestinian territory except the government of the Israeli occupation.
So for you, this is an act of, you could say, central disruption then. I mean, do you also feel that Israel will also be able to enact this wider strategy to essentially split the occupied territories into two and annex part of the West Bank?
It has been already annexing parts of the West Bank, but these days it is accelerating the annexation process, as we see that the Israeli occupation government, mainly the Minister of Finance, declared the start of the implementation of the colonial project of E1, which is going to divide the West Bank into small parts and separating the whole city of Jerusalem and its suburbs from the Palestinian environs. And today they are unleashing the Israeli settlers' attacks against the Palestinian villages, mainly the villages nearby Ramallah and Hebron, as Israeli settlers attacked the Palestinian families, the Palestinian farmers, and just a few hours ago, they attacked the Palestinian farmers and the foreign activists who come to Palestine to express their solidarity with the Palestinian people in Masafer Yatta, a Palestinian agricultural community near Hebron in the south of the West Bank. And they injured the farmers, women, men, in addition to injuring some of the international solidarity activists. So Israel is accelerating its annexation colonial project at the expense of the Palestinian land and at the expense of the Palestinian villages, and of course, the Palestinian possibility or potential for a human livelihood, not only in Gaza, but here I'm talking about the West Bank. The situation is really unbearable.
So what can Palestinians do then? Can they resist?
Now, what happened today in Ramallah is very important, as the Palestinian youths and the Palestinian residents of Ramallah did not stand idle in the face of the invading Israeli soldiers, as hundreds maybe got to the streets and confronted the invading Israeli forces with stones and with empty bottles. And this indicates that the Palestinians, despite the genocide and despite all the tragedies and catastrophes surrounding them, they still have the stamina and the audacity to launch nonviolent resistance, popular resistance, that reminds us all of the first Palestinian Intifada that exposed the brutality of the Israeli occupation and garnered international support for the Palestinian cause against the Israeli colonial enterprise. So I think, yes, the Palestinians are not going to be lifeless, and they are going to continue to struggle and defend themselves, their dignity, and their land.
Okay, Osama Nazzal, we'll leave it there, but thank you for giving us the latest from Ramallah.